Welcome back, troglodytes, to Would You Rock or Not, Fender Friday edition. What the Hellecaster is going on here? Fender Friday took a 2-week break to cover the 2019 Gibsons, so to make up for it, I'm featuring a trio of amazing Fenders. These guitars were made for the members of the band Hellecaster, which is a group of 3 renowned session musicians that got together to play the hell out of their Telecasters. Hence the name, right? Their names, Will Ray, John Jorgensen, and Jerry Donahue. As someone who has never heard of this band or any of their works until today, I've got to say, I'm stunned. It's not every day I can stumble upon a new artist, click through all their songs on YouTube, and love every single one. These 3 can really crank out some amazing instrumentals, and that's pretty much all they do. It's like all the best parts of Prime Country, but all the time. So if amazing guitar work is your main motivation to listen to music, definitely check these guys out. Great playing aside, they sure do know how to design a standout guitar. These 3 have had many signature guitars across many different brands, but I will be limiting this video to the 3 from the 1997 and 98 Hellecaster series that Fender Japan did. Batting first, the Jerry Donahue Stratocaster. Wait, didn't I just say these guys were known for using Telecasters? Yeah, but that's kind of what makes this instrument special. It was Jerry's first signature Strat. At first glance, this one might not even seem very special. It has a beautiful, seldom seen blue burst finish on the body. Just take a look at that nice dark outline and how you can see through to the wood grain since the finish is transparent. Pair that with a bolt-on maple neck that bears Jerry's signature on the headstock and a Hellecaster's inlay at the 12th fret, though kind of ugly, and you've got a beautiful Strat. The white pickup covers and knobs are just icing on the cake. It also has this very nice contrasting black pickguard. Just kidding. It's not black. This is where things get interesting. The pickguard is actually a very dark blue color that has some sparkle to it. On top of that, underneath the guard lies a Telecaster-like aluminum plate over the shielding to mimic the Tele bridge setup. I guess you just can't take the Tele out of this guy's designs after all. The electronics are fancy as well. It utilizes Seymour Duncan pickups with a master volume and master tone and a 2-way rotary knob that allows you up to 8 distinct tonal opportunities. You've got the 5 regular Strat tones, right? But then you get the rotary knob that activates 3 additional sounds for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th positions. These new settings make use of the neck and bridge pickup in combination with different capacitors and things like that. Another interesting choice for this model is a basswood body. While not a traditional Fender tone wood, Donahue chose it for its consistent weight and tonal results. He ultimately prefers ash, but he wanted to make sure that each of these instruments would play, feel, and sound very similar to each other, and that just wasn't something he felt was achievable using ash or alder. He did it for the fans. The next one in the Hellecaster series was Will Ray's Jazzacaster. Here is the model that I stumbled upon first that inspired this whole video. A blinged out Telecaster mixed with Jazzmaster elements, aptly named the Jazzacaster, as seen on the headstock along with his signature. This Tele features real gold leaf covering the entire basswood body, as well as a maple neck with rosewood fretboard adorned with a shrinking triangle inlay pattern, as well as the same Hellecaster 12th fret inlay that is on all of these. That inlay looks a little less out of place on this model since everything else is also kind of crazy. Look at that pearloid pickguard. You're either going to love that or hate that, but the craziest thing has to be the pickups. It looks like someone just crudely hacked some Jazzmaster pups in there and called it a day. That's what I love about this model though. It's beautiful, but crazy and experimental. Who needs the whole Tele bridge setup anyways? Let's just chop it in half. These ceramic pickups were also made by Seymour Duncan, and they feature these large pole pieces. They're kind of like a fat P90. As with the Stratocaster, this one also got fancy electronics in the form of a 4-way selector switch for series and parallel settings and a stacked tone pot. Also included for variety was an optional Will Ray signature B-bender by Hipshot for them country licks. And last but not least, the guitar that had me going to Reverb, throwing my money at the screen as soon as I knew it existed. The John Jorgensen Hellecaster. This is the one for people that love crazy, over-the-top limited edition guitars. It is just a thing of true beauty. It's a maple-bodied Stratocaster in a champagne sparkle finish that is also adorned with a sparkly gold pickguard. Not enough, you say? You've got blinged out gold hardware, a free-floating Schaller brass tremolo unit, and take a look at those monstrous pickups. They're split, hum-canceling single coils that take you back to the vibes of a Fender Electric 12. They're goofy, but it's the mystique behind them that really draws me in. It offers the typical 5 Strat tones with a push-pull pot on the second tone for calling upon the bridge pickup to join the neck and the neck middle positions once activated. This means you can have all the pickups on at once, or just the neck and bridge, which is something you can't normally have on a Strat. This makes for 7 distinct tones. The second tone knob is actually not a tone knob at all now we're talking about it. It's a bass cut instead of a traditional treble cut. Kind of an interesting and apparently useful feature. Many of these were also accidentally shipped with an extra capacitor on the second tone pot closest to the output jack that cuts out all the high-end frequencies from this guitar. It is advised to remove this to open up the tone if you happen to own one. Moving on from the body and electronics, we have a rosewood fretboard on a maple neck. The inlays are standard dots aside from the 12th fret Hellecaster inlay, but the material is new. These inlays resemble the pickguard's design. This aesthetic choice really ties the whole look of this instrument together. Once you get to the headstock though, you'll be happy to know it's been reversed. I love this feature. An upside-down headstock with the official title Fender Hellecaster and John's signature alongside the locking Schaller tuners on top of everything else we just talked about. It's a cluster of features, but I can't help but love it. Each of the 3 instruments from this series feature a limited edition number stamped on the back of the headstock. Coming from the Gibson world, that was a really homely feature to see. It is rumored that around 400 of each of these were made, but no one really knows for sure. Asking prices for these on Reverb vary model to model, but they sure aren't cheap. Strat and Jazzicaster usually sit between $1,000 to $1,600 in asking price, and the Hellecaster boasts the highest ones at $1,800 to $2,500 plus. What they actually sell for? I'm not entirely too sure, but I know I would love to do a full review and demo on at least 2 of these 3. So now that we know that these models exist and a little bit about them, let's go ahead and hear some brief tone samples. Unfortunately, I couldn't find many videos of these out there, but you can check out the links in the description to view these 3. The only question left, would you rock the Hellecaster collection or not? Which one was your favorite? Leave your answer down in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video with a friend who would enjoy it, and we will see you tomorrow on the next episode. Take care.